camera set properly. Hey everyone, nice rainy Tuesday evening. So thought I'd just hop on, do a little quick video. And if you don't mind subscribing to my YouTube channel, I will put it in a link below this video. That would be great. I would appreciate that. So, yoga. We all have heard about yoga. Yoga. What is yoga? Yoga is so many things. Yoga is life. Yoga is, being able to maintain our foundation. And when I say foundation, I mean maintaining our well-being when it comes to our mental mind, our emotional mind, and our physical body. All of those things. But so much deeper than that is the spiritual aspect of it. It's not a religion, but it is steeped in mysticism, and it's steeped in all these beautiful what is the word I'm looking for? Symbolism. So the chakra system, we know they're physically, we can't find the chakras in the body, but they have this amazing framework to work this energetic field that you can't necessarily see under a microscope, but it's there. It's energy. Everything's energy. And if you think about this, challenge you to think about this. Where are your thoughts stored? They're not in the mind. They're not stored in the mind. Yeah, they're stored in the tissues, and memories are stored in the tissues, but more so, if you think about the chakra system as these, I don't know if you guys remember the old floppy disks that used to exist back in the day when computers were very young, these floppy disks. So think about the chakra system as being those floppy disks. So insert goes the information, and then when there's a certain stimuli, it releases the information. But it's not really stored in our minds per se, but we need our minds in order to access the data in these energy centers. So what does yoga do? Yoga helps us to get these energy centers working properly, getting the energy flowing properly through breath work, through movement, through pranayama, through mind reset, almost like thinking differently, because we get so caught up in our habitual thinking patterns. And yoga means to still the fluctuations of the mind. So we are no more than, and when I say no, we're not our minds, but we need our minds to process information. So we have to shift. We have to shift the way we think. We have to shift the way we do things, change our habits. We have to change our habits. And what else is yoga? Yoga is bringing all of those aspects together. And how can we do that? We work through our bodies. Our bodies are these amazing organisms that have the ability to heal. So we just got to tune into that healing vibration, lift our vibration up. And how do we do that? We practice things like asanas and pranayama and meditation and mindfulness practices that help to bring us here in the present moment, out of our heads, into our bodies, into the present moment, right? So I'm going to just go through a couple poses today that will help us to get really grounded. So the very first one, mountain pose, Tadasana. So we find Tadasana is not, you would think it's an easy pose to do, but if you're not feeling steady, if you're tired, if you have any kind of issues with your back or knees or hips, it can be not such an easy pose to do. So if you're feeling at all unsteady, vertigo, if you have Parkinson's, anything like that, then we use a wall or a chair for support. Otherwise, we just find our feet stacked underneath our hips and we curl our toes and kind of just really plant them in there. And then just kind of hug the knees, engage the quadriceps. And then just relax the arms, but take a nice breath. Bring the shoulders up, roll them back, open up through the heart space. And you have Tadasana. And the other thing to remember is just to maintain this field of energy in through the core, in through the solar plex area. So we just don't want to let the belly kind of contents flop. We want to maintain some integrity, especially in the pelvic floor. Especially for women who have had children, this pelvic floor integrity gets to be compromised, and as we get older, a little bit more compromised. So we want to maintain this kind of support in the pelvic floor. And how do we do that? We gently pull up the belly. We squeeze just very gently those muscles that support our bladder and support our ovaries. And maybe you don't have a uterus anymore, but if you don't, I'm going to challenge you to imagine your parts are still there, because energetically they're still there. The tissue's been removed, if that's the case for you, but energetically your organs still exist. So let's imagine they're still there. Take a breath. Ground down through your feet. Mountain pose is about strength, and it is about finding stability. And then close your eyes if you can. If you're feeling ooh, wobble wobble in your mountain pose, then you're just going to soften your gaze by finding something to gaze at. Just take a few breaths here. Beautiful. And then we're going to sweep those arms up with a nice big inhale. I'm going to exhale down through the heart space. I'm going to inhale. Keep the integrity in that pelvic floor. Don't get lazy in your belly. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Let's go one more time. And exhale. Beautiful mountain pose, Tadasana. And if you're not familiar with yoga, which I think a lot of people are, yoga has this language called Sanskrit. I'm on a little bit of a cushy carpet, so my mat is slipping. So we're going to go through the warrior series. So warrior one, we'll start with warrior one. A couple different ways you can kind of come in and out of these poses. So top of the mat, back to our mountain pose.